Despite massive pressure from ECOWAS to return the country to civilian rule, Mali's junta has appointed a former colonel and defense minister, Daoud, as interim president and coup leader, Simi Goita, as his deputy. West African leaders and had demanded a civilian interim president, but told the junta they could tolerate a soldier as vice president after last month's coup that removed President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. On Monday, Mali's junta announced former defense minister Daouda, who oversee an 18-month transition before new elections are held and the country's return to civilian rule. Now, Daoud, and of course, was once a close aide to Mali's ex-dictator Moussa Traoré, who died last week at the age of 83. The retired colonel had also served as a defense minister under President Keïta. The junta said they intend to inaugurate its transitional government on Friday. Now, faced with an insurgency since 2012, Mali was rocked by months of protests against President Keïta, leading to his overthrow in August. But divisions between the opposition in the weeks following the coup led to tense discussions for forming a transition government. The main point of opposition was who should take the top two positions. The junta wanted two military leaders as president and vice president, but the opposition coalition M5 movement wanted civilians to occupy the top two political offices. ECOWAS, which had demanded Mali immediately appoint a civilian as president, placed sanctions on Mali and shut its borders to the land blocked or locked nation. The sub-regional economic bloc had threatened more sanctions if civilians were not president and vice president. ECOWAS did not immediately comment following the junta's announcement on Monday. So that's the latest development coming from Bamako, Mali, the West African nation's political, of course, situation, of course, developing by the day, or should I say, as things are unfolding in the country. Finally, a former defense minister has been appointed as the transitional president. Julde bu nekk li nga xamantene mo ñepp ñu ko doon bàyyi xel, waaye nag of course ECOWAS ak the M5 movement ñoom ñu ngi doon demand for a civilian role pour mu jiite li nga xamantene mooy transition bi for 18-month period bi nga xamantene nangutoo nañ ko. So the issue has been, or the deadlock has been, who would be the leader, who would lead the transition? Is it a civilian or a soldier? The junta wanted a soldier. Of course, the opposition and ECOWAS said no, civilian have to rule. And talks has been made, but apparently no breakthrough. But finally, a former defense minister, someone who worked with the late President Moussa Traoré, who is termed as also a dictator, or a former dictator, and he was one time a defense minister of the ousted President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta. So is this, do you think finally ECOWAS would listen and give them a chance to allow him to continue and further engage them on what way to take and give peace a chance, maybe? I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think it's important, and for the fact that the junta members are actually, they want to give peace a chance, and they want to, give people what they really desire. It's a step in the right direction, because Mali, in the sub-region, not even Mali, Amadou, sub-region, but have so many conflicts, especially when it comes to who will rule. Will the junta rule? Will the civilians rule? And all that. Dafa am solo torop Amadou. Waaye fu mu nekk nii lii lañ nekk di séntu woon si Mali coup bi def na fu mu nekk ni place nañ sanctions te man doon seetaan sa on France 24 last week civilians yi di wax ñaax the ECOWAS community to remove the sanctions that they place on Mali because it is really affecting the citizens. And te xam nañ ne Mali is a very poor country. I mean, just like any other West African country, it is very poor. So as a result, sanctions in for place therefore affect the citizens directly. But now that they have come to terms, you might peace a chance, you might a civilian to rule for 18 months. I think that is welcoming news, Amadou.
Okay.
18 months from there, then they can move on and then decide who to rule them for the next 5 years or so. I think lolu nono dal mo gana am solo fum nekani ante the junta members also, the steps they have taken, it shows that sometimes when you have country at heart is very important. So then it's an interest rek line top on then put new job the civilians a chance or peace a chance, it will be very, very difficult because ñom ñoo nekkon at the help
it was a civilian more in the lead.
Yeah,
absolutely. Xaj na lo mo tamit ñom ñu seet and to be honest bo sété ñu bari ñu ngi wax ne they were very open to dialogue and discussions. They engaged the opposition main opposition parties, the M5 movement, and of course they also engaged ECOWAS. The junta leader traveled to Ghana, they discussed, but apparently he could not make a decision at that level. He did not agree to their demands, so he had to come back again, talk to his colleagues, and then see a way to go. So apparently it was a very tense situation, but whilst discussions are going on here and there, finally they have gotten to a stage whereby they have agreed to appoint somebody who have worked with the former president. And also he got more knowledge about the country because he worked with the former two presidents, the outset of course Ibrahim Boubacar Keita and the late Moussa Traoré, and I think he could be allowed maybe to lead for this 18-month transition and then see what happens probably, and then that would set the pace for a good
good governance, rule of law,
and exactly
democracy, peace. Let them just give peace a chance.
I think so.
Because what happen Mali, it will directly or indirectly affect the sub-region.
Those are the concerns that ECOWAS have,
so let them give peace a chance and then new whole development be move forward. That is lolo rek mo gana am solo.
All right.
Africans should take ownership of their own destiny.
Okay, and we would be closely monitoring. You said ECOWAS, but the action launch def, and we will see